Yes. Okay, so we are live. Assalamu alaikum and hi everyone. Hope you're all doing good and going great. I'm Pirz the Umar from IUST Alumni Council and I welcome you all. First of all, a quick background intro of what IUST Alumni Council is all about. It's an initiative by alumni of IUST that calls attention to various issues pestering our society in general and our education sector in particular, with special focus on IUST. One of the aim is to hold discussions with notable alumni, students, research experts, and eminent members of civil society so as to factor out the challenges posed and to find realistic solutions. With this aim in mind, we have started this online discussion series called Alumni Connect. And today we are connecting with a young, dynamic, and a bright guest named Mr. Yasir Hamid Wani. Yasir is an alumnus of IUST. He did his bachelor's in computer science and engineering from IUST and then master's from VTU Bangalore. Yasir is a multi-potentialite and a polymath who craves for brain-stimulating problems faced by digital consumers. Currently working as a global data analyst at corporate head office Majid Al Futtaim, Carrefour Omnichannel, Dubai. Uh, right, Yasir? Yasir, welcome to the show once again.
Thank you so much, Umar, for such a long introduction. Yeah, it
Okay.
feels good.
So, Yasir, tell us about your journey first. The part that ultimately led you to IUST. Since yours was the first engineering batch and IUST was relatively new those days, what feature of IUST stood so unique so as to attract someone like you to come and shape his dream? And what led you to choose IUST amid plethora of other notable engineering colleges present in and outside?
Yeah,
Yasir.
sure. So it started in year 2007, I suppose, when we started our journey at IUST. The place was like, it was very new. I think we had very, I think we just had one building at that time, and we had some, uh, fabricated huts and all. We used to attend our drawing classes in those huts. Uh, Everything was like, I think. Like everything started from scratch basically, and
Exactly.
even the staff and the faculty there, I think they have put a lot of efforts in bringing this university to the level that it is now. It
Right.
has
All
now,
the credit goes to teachers. Exactly.
of course. And I think the decision at that time was not that I wasn't, it was not a conscious decision, to be honest, like at that time, uh, because of the lack of the college at that time.
Right.
I went for this option, but then I think later, I think that decision that I made turned out to be really well, in terms of the learnings that happened there, and looking at the teachers who have put a lot of efforts into bringing it to such a great institution that it is currently. I think that realization has come late, actually, that this decision was the right decision.
Okay. So all's well that ends well. Finally. Mm, Yasir, tell me, you're a polymath, right? You have represented IUST in many inter-university competitions, and I know you as a good artist. Let me be very sincere with you. Right from our school days, I still remember that sketch on your school bag that you used to carry, right? So tell me how much of that art has helped you in your professional career, and how important it is for students to cultivate habits like these. And yes, one more thing. Has IUST played a role to any extent in nurturing your artistic abilities?
So I think uh, I think it's very important that in today's world. uh, one should have a very well-rounded personality in terms of uh, I mean, that gives you more broader outlook of the world, and those things really come in handy when somebody you know uh, takes up any job, any job. uh, I think these things really play a crucial role actually in making you a successful person. I'll give you an example here. I think when I started my journey as a data analyst, I think one of the things that has played very good for me is like I always consider a data visualization as a painting. It
Okay.
always tells a story. Data visualization is nothing but it tells you a story. So creating those beautiful aesthetic looking visualizations has really helped me a lot. And I think uh, being an art lover and being into sketching a bit, I think that has really
It's
helped
coming handy. Okay.
my journey as well. Yeah.
Okay, so that does help to quite an extent. And I'm talking of IUST has played any role in nurturing those abilities.
I think IUSD gave us.
The
I'll
platform.
mention one thing here. I think because of the fact that ours was the first batch, I think that was that had both pros and cons actually. I think
Okay,
one is that there was no benchmark or no reference for us, right? Like we were the forerunners actually.
exactly.
And but that also actually helped us think out of the box, I believe.
Right.
And I think with that approach, I think almost all of the the batchmates, they are doing wonderful. They have worked on the original ideas. They have really done very well, because I think part of that credit goes to not having that reference, which actually puts you inside a box or something. I think that
Exactly.
that has given us the potential, the way of thinking outside that box. I think, yeah, that's what IUST has offered.
Very sincere enough. So, once you graduated from IUST, what was on your mind? Like, since campus placements those days were very rare, and as you said, yours being the first batch, in spite of all these opportunities, how did you end at a place like Majd Al Futain? I mean, your journey from IUST to your current position, in spite of all the odds, begs for elaboration, right? So, quickly, your journey from IUST to the place you are at.
Well, yeah, that's really a question that uh, where I might go into things like which are very personal, and the personal journey. So this is something very close to my heart. This journey, starting from IUST and reaching to where I am now. It hasn't been linear, I would say. Uh, lots of change
Okay,
in the way we think about about it. Actually, I started with when I finished BTech. I remember we couple of guys, we booked our flights and we went to Bangalore.
okay,
uh, we thought, okay, we'll get a job in Bangalore. I mean, it was very quick decision. I think once we completed our degree, in next 2 to 3 months, we made this plan. But when we went there, what we realized is that we lacked uh, the exposure. We didn't know like how to actually go to a company and ask for a job. I think that basic thing, still that basic thing was lagging somehow. And I think with that, that's how this journey started. I think that was a new learning. um, and then we got couple of us, we got jobs and all, but ultimately we found that none of those jobs were actually good enough for us to take at
okay.
the time. And we most of us, we plan to come back. And then actually I started uh, I took admission for MTech in VTU itself. So I thought, okay, this is an opportunity for me to probably you know, look, you know, be in a different site,
Yes.
be in a different setting or something,
Okay.
uh, understand things better. I think that also helped me a lot. Those 2 years of MTech helped me in terms of understanding the concepts better, and also exposing myself to a new culture. Uh, I mean, that was also a very important milestone in my career.
That
And
posed new challenge and all.
of course, of course. Uh, then once I finished MTech, you know, it sounds very crazy. I started I started preparing for IAS. I don't know why why I took that decision at that time. I mean,
Okay.
this looks like, you know, one hell of a combination. You did BTech, MTech, then you went for uh, IAS. I mean, come on.
Maybe
When
it's a
I
trend
reflect
right
back,
now. It's a pattern being observed these days.
I know.
People.
I think
Exactly.
I think I have this nature of exploring things. Uh, that's why I don't arrive at a destination too early, but I do explore a lot. I think that's what I am, I believe, and that's how I operate. So I think that's
Okay.
what I did at that time. And then after after I flunked IS, of course, okay, I had to go, and at that time, I think that was the most crucial point actually.
Okay.
That was the realization where I understood where I reflected, like, what am I, what have I, you know, what I have learned all these years, and what can I do with that? I
Okay.
think those important questions I tried to address within that time, and then I started my career in the field of data science. When I started my internship at one of the companies in Gurgaon. I did my internship from there.
Okay.
Uh, I really enjoyed it. I think, and then I understood how these dots, you know, get connected actually, because when I was in that company and I started working, I could easily figure it out that, you know, I had that knowledge which others were not having probably,
Okay.
because I already had so much of different experiences. Uh, because I studied, for example, economics, I studied sociology, right? I had technical background. I did some bit of painting, so I had aesthetic sense. So I think when I took, because they were working on one digital product, and then I understood I can actually contribute in each of the different areas. Like, I can make this app look better. I can I have the understanding of the revenue model of this business, right? I have understanding of data, right? And when I understood that, I started working on all those fronts. And that's when I think what clicked actually for me. That's how it clicked for me. And now, you know, I'm pretty much liking my job, and like, I'm quite satisfied with what I am today, but still learning, still, you know, because
Okay.
every day learning is a continuous process. So this is how actually it, you know, culminated into.
True that, true that, very true. Actually, nothing goes waste, especially when it's about the trades you learn, the experiences you pick up. So even bad experience is a good experience. At the end of the day, you learn something from your mistakes, and you don't repeat it. That's very true. That's very true. So, amidst of all of it, can you share with us any incident, any experience, or any skill that you specifically picked up at IUST, which later on proved to be very beneficial or of great value to you? Did you learn anything of a good value at IUST, but specifically at IUST?
If I have to be specific, I think I'll I really want to give shout out to uh, Sajad sir, who used to teach us
Yeah.
engineering and object oriented programming. I think that was really helpful in understanding the concepts. And I still remember, I mean, the way he used to talk. I think that was really the worthwhile and really something that uh, helped me actually in picking up computer science
Okay.
overall, understanding this whole uh, the subject basically.
Okay.
uh, yeah, that's what I can speak in terms of curriculum. But I think there are n number of learnings from the university which may not be stated way, but you learn them through subconscious. I think that's a lot, because I think IUST was nothing less than second home for us, because early morning 9 a.m. you go to university, 5 p.m. the buses will start flying back. I think the kind of time that we spend there, and the kind of relationships we have still
Exactly.
with those our batchmates or friends. I think uh, it has given a lot. It has made us better human beings, I would say.
Okay, very sincere enough. Uh, Talking of placements, why I say this is because in these story times where means of employment are very limited, be it here or outside, right? What steps should placement cell at IUST take so as to make engineering students more employable? And should IUST lay any special focus on any specific program or a course or any code or language, which you deem is necessary in today's time? So basically, these are two questions. What steps should IUST placement cell take so as to make engineering students more employable, and especially any program or any skill that that invites special attention or focus.
So this is a very good question that you asked actually. Uh, Addressing to this problem, where students do not have enough access to, opportunities made by, for example, mostly like people want to go in corporate and work as engineers.
Hmm.
Uh, I think one of the reasons that they don't get it is because the university sometimes, uh, you know we can make it simple. University doesn't have good ties with the with these with industry, basically. That
Okay.
could be
Hmm.
the answer,
Right.
but this is a deeper question actually. I think the thing is that we are compartmentalizing everything. For example, if you have business department, right,
Right.
you keep them separate. You have people in technology, right, you keep them separate. They have a separate curriculum, but there is no exchange program. There's no, because innovation happens at the intersection. I think it's very important to bring those two departments close enough, and
Sure.
have some common projects. I think now IUST also has entrepreneurship cell or something, where people come up
Yeah.
with these ideas. I think that's a very good platform that they can further uh,
Improve upon. Hmm.
improve upon. Yeah, of course. And create the employment. Like that is actually the engine basically. And then ties with industries and all that is actually secondary. That's easy thing they can do. But I think they should actually build the core, where they bring these different departments, they do some research together, they come up with a product, and they incubate and look for people who can invest, right, into these ideas. I think giving
Sure.
that sort of opportunity would really, really go a long way.
Okay. So, any program or language you deem necessary is in today's time that invites attention?
Of course, I think talking about data science itself, I think data science should be made as a subject in bachelor's curriculum itself, because it is very important. And uh, the kind of demand it has in the industry is tremendous. And I think this is the right time that university should focus on such a subject and introduce it for the students. Apart from that, if we talk about courses and all, and or language in specific, I think Python is a good uh, language to start with, or
Okay.
even students can start R. There are lots of other tools for web analytics that students can actually try for themselves. Uh, I think that really is good. Even Google Data Studio, the Google suite is there, so they can basically use it and try and test it and build something cool and build a good portfolio using LinkedIn and all that stuff and network. I think that these things are really really important and they should put efforts in that.
Okay. So now directly to the point. In your opinion, what are the areas IUST needs to focus and improve at, like in today's time?
Well, I think I already said a few, but the one is the one that I would stress upon here is, I think when we start this journey of BTech, we have lots of different subjects, and I think it's very important that uh, teachers put some effort in you know in narrowing that down. Those
Okay,
numbers based on the interests of different students. I think
exactly.
everybody needs a personalized curriculum based on their interest, and it's very important to put that focus. I think it's a shared responsibility, of course. Even students should do it for themselves, but teachers should also facilitate. If some student is not doing good in one subject, doesn't mean that the student is a failure or something.
Exactly. Yeah,
Of course, we should try to understand what interests a particular student has and work on on that interest. I think this funnel, I mean, narrowing it down, I think this working on this funnel model, I will call it, would really come,
sure.
it would really be good for everybody, and especially students, I would say.
Exactly. It boils down to the interest of the student. Exactly. There are plethora of subjects available, but as you said, it boils to that point. Where it actually matters for every student. So that's very true. Last but not the least, what's the message you want to convey to our student viewers, or any sort of antidote you want to give?
uh, But what I would say is that whatever you do it with seriousness. Like for students, especially, uh, being serious is very, very important. Uh, I learned it on the way. Like being serious is very important. Uh, Second, don't forget. Uh, don't take it that serious that you lose the fun part of it. I think having
Okay,
fun is equally
one is
important.
very important. Exactly.
I think if you strike a balance between the two, I think you are set for success. That's what I want to say.
Okay. So, what about this initiative of Alumni Connect series? Do you see it going a good far to uh, so that we can reach to the students and bring some good change on the ground, I would say. So
I think, yeah, I think it's already turning out into a success. I would say I see a lot of potential in it in terms of uh, you know uh, turning into a platform where really really awesome things can happen. I believe. And already the communication part of it, where people can communicate, I mean, students can communicate to the alumni. It's very important for them
yeah,
especially, and but for us also to sort of go down that memory lane and
yeah,
relive
right.
those things. It's an awesome thing. It's an awesome thing, and I wish you all the best, all you guys. You're doing wonderful job.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. So friends, thank you, Yasir, once again. So this is all we have in store for you today, and At the end, I want to end it with an inspirational couplet of Allama Iqbal. Allama Iqbal says, नहीं है ना उम्मीद इकबाल अपनी किश्त वीरां से, नहीं है ना उम्मीद इकबाल अपनी किश्त वीरां से, जरा सा नम हो तो ये मट्टी बहुत जरखेज है साकी. So you take care all. See you next time.